Well, good evening once again. As we cross the midnight hour, so begins day 1308 of the Trump administration's 74 days until the presidential election. The 2020 Democratic Convention is now history. On this fourth and final night of the all-virtual event, Joe Biden officially became the Democrats' presidential nominee, winning the chance to face Donald Trump about 10 weeks from now in the contest for the White House. For Biden, this night is the culmination of half a century spent in American politics. It was celebrated with the atmosphere of a summer drive-in night with fireworks above the Wilmington, Delaware event space parking lot. Joe Biden's now at the top of the 2020 ticket, joining running mate Kamala Harris in a campaign to lead a nation that has been rocked by a pandemic, economic collapse, social and racial unrest. Calling this a, quote, life-changing election, Biden charged the incumbent president with failing to protect our nation and sketched out what a Biden administration would look like. Tonight, Trump fired back on his phone from the White House residence, and we quote, "In 47 years, Joe did none of the things of which he now speaks. He will never change, just words." We'll talk about what this week meant and what's ahead, but first, a look back at what we saw and heard on this fourth and final night of this convention.
Tonight, I couldn't be prouder to be a loyal union member, a passionate climate activist, and a patriotic Democrat. Or, as Donald Trump will call me in a tweet tomorrow, a washed-up, horse-faced, no-talent has-been with low ratings.
Your job in this election is to decide what kind of movement is capable of being the vehicle for the change we need.
This is an extraordinary moment in our history. Mother Nature has now joined this conversation around climate change.
Our future is now, and it is daunting. But I ask you tonight to join me to help Joe and Kamala fight for the promise of America.
More than anything, Joe's a man of faith and conscience.
The baton has now been passed to each of us.
We must decide whether we will continue to be prisoners of the darkest of American forces, or will we free ourselves to write a brighter, better, nobler story.
Where are these ballots going? Who's getting them?
Donald Trump doesn't want any of us to vote because he knows he can't win fair and square.
Working people are under attack.
Our nation absolutely has what it takes to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. What we're missing is leadership.
I think Trump has been the worst president we've ever had, so I'll be glad to see him go.
A coward in chief who won't stand up to Vladimir Putin.
Why the hell would we ever rehire Donald Trump for another 4 years?
The very ring on my finger reflects how this country can change.
Without Joe Biden, I wouldn't be talking to you today.
He will pick up our calls no matter where he is.
This election,
we're voting for Joe Biden.
He's been a great father.
And we think he'll be a great president.
My father, my hero, Joe Biden.
Let us begin, you and I together, one nation, under God, united in our love for America, united in our love for each other. For love is more powerful than hate, hope is more powerful than fear, and light is more powerful than dark. This is our moment, this is our mission. May history be able to say that the end of this chapter of American darkness began here tonight.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.